One, I just want to kind of walk through a couple of different things. One, I want to talk about the AI Hub, and the goal of our community is simply this. If you saw my latest short, it was a clip in there from one of the Rocky movies, where Rocky was taking jabs, and he just wasn't in it for whatever reason. He had his own reasons. They made sense. Truth be told, he was scared. And a lot of times that's why we don't do things, is because of fear. And I want to try to help remove some of that fear around AI, some of that, because you have to get in the game. There is no tomorrow. You don't want to be left behind. And I'm afraid, listen, I'm running at breakneck speed just to keep up myself, and I can't. And I've been in IT for 30 years. Okay, Kevin, well, listen, if you've been in there for 30 years, then and you can't keep up, I I don't stand a chance. No, not necessarily. I tell you, that's not the truth. It just means that I couldn't keep up in a conventional sense. Um, I am making tremendous strides in productivity, and that alone means a lot to me, and it should mean a lot to you all. Um, and so, one of the biggest things that we really have to do is understand that anybody can get in, anybody can begin somewhere, but sometimes you just need a little help, and that's what the TechaMinute AI Hub is all about. We are about providing help. Now, um, at 10:30, in about 22 minutes, that help won't be free, and that is because another lesson that I've learned is you have to invest in yourself. And a lot of times we won't invest in ourselves. We invest in a whole lot of stuff, but there's just some things that we don't invest in. Like we'll invest in college, but we won't invest in marriage. We'll invest in toys, but we won't invest in ourselves. And I have been in and around a lot of successful people, and one thing that I know is that you gotta invest in yourself. One of our recent endeavors that we went to start in one of our businesses is we had to invest, and we made an investment that if you had asked me 20 years ago, I would have said you are really crazy if you think Kevin is going to invest that kind in learning. Like I'll figure it out. Yeah, okay. 20 years later, figuring it out gets old. All right, without going down a rabbit hole, what I want to do real quickly, just out of the people that we've got here, I just want to know how you're using AI. And me and Agnes can't go. So that means we've got Miss Crutchfield and we've got Ms. Long. I just want to know a little bit about your experience about AI. I had an aha moment about 2 years ago with AI, and it has changed. It really has changed almost my worldview in a sense. What was your big aha moment with AI? And maybe you haven't had it yet, but I'm just interested. I'm just curious. At what point did you realize, oh, this is something that is great, is terrible, is scary, is amazing, is what was your big me and Coach Agnes will go last. But I'm curious. Miss Long,
Okay, so I'd say my big aha moment was when I realized I could use it as like a second brain. So, of course, the platform is there. You want to play with it.
you could use it like, hold on, I'm everybody here doesn't know, and I'm sorry to interrupt and talk over you, but what in the world is a second brain?
It can mean a lot of things, but basically, in this day and time, we do a lot of switch tasking. We're doing so many things at once.
Multitasking. Okay.
Uh-huh. And one thing I realize is at some point you're on overload and you can't keep everything at the
Mm,
forefront of your mind.
okay.
So what I found is it is a great tool to assist me when I need to move quickly and I don't have time to do a lot of research. So I may need to know something and I can put that information in, let's say, Chat GPT or some sort of agent, and I can get the results I'm looking for really quickly. Or I may be researching something on the
Okay.
fly and I can find out quick answers to it. That became my aha moment. So when I realized, man, I can move at quicker speeds doing practically anything by just using this as an assistant.
So can you give me like a use? Well, first of all, so what is your need? What is your line of profession? What is it that you do? If you don't
Well,
mind me asking.
sure. So I guess in my day job, I am a cybersecurity forensics specialist. And
Okay.
that's my day job. And so I deal with a lot of um, reading logs and dealing with cybersecurity incidents that
Okay.
happens
Okay.
to
Okay.
corporations. And
All
so,
right.
for example, in that field, I may run across a threat or some sort of incident that happened. I need to try to research, you know, this threat actor performed these actions and
Mm, mm.
what in the wild, what the wild is out there in on the internet, what type of things occur when this happens.
Okay. Okay.
So I can use it as like, let's say, a security tool assistant where it'll show me, okay, well, this security tool or this platform says this about this particular event, and
Okay.
I can use it to quickly analyze data that I'm looking at and really narrow down certain events
Speeds
so
up
I
the
can come to a
process.
conclusion. Yep.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, now that's in the, now. So that's a great use case. And so, what about like maybe outside? I understand you got some other things that you do. What are some other uses outside of your? That's a good use case for. Hey, you can use it to help
Mhm.
you some kind of way in your work. What about outside of? You have any other ways that
Yeah,
you've
so
been using it?
sure. So I mean, I use it in practically day to day, but like one project I was working on is it actually helped me complete a book that I've told myself I was gonna write years
Okay,
and years and years ago. And it's just a book that I always had on my mind that I said one day I should write this book. And I would start and stop. And then before Chat GPT or AI, I knew that I was going to have to do, research on certain parts of how to publish a book, how to
okay,
write it, how to construct it. And one day I decided to use it to just get me over that hump. And I was just amazed, like the roadblocks I would have in certain chapters of the book I wanted to
okay.
include. It gave me suggestions. It
Ooh,
told me
this is
how to
great.
outline it.
Okay,
There was certain things that I was trying to put across in the book and I didn't know how to articulate it in the way I was trying to, and it would
okay,
give me like crazy suggestions that just made it really just sped up the process. And then once I got the book completed, the publishing part, I literally used the guide, to do a publishing. So I didn't have
wait
to
a minute.
go research how to self-publish. It literally told me, do this 1, 2, 3, ABC.
So
So
let me let me see if I got this right. Right, and y'all know I know the story, but this is so interesting. Like I'm trying to pretend like I didn't know the story, and it would blow my mind. So wait a minute. So you use AI to help you write a book you had been writing, or help you work through finishing a book that you had been wanting to write for years. I have a question because that's an awesome. But wait a minute, it didn't. Not only did you finished the book, then you used AI to teach you how to self-publish so you could self-publish the book. I have a question. So from the point that you started using AI to uh guide you through the process to the time you were on, are you on your own Amazon?
Yes.
Uh to the time you were on Amazon, like how long was that time frame? 6 months, 9 months? What was the time frame?
No, actually, that probably was a 2-week process, and that's only because
God,
I
so
just
wait a
did it
minute.
in my spare time.
So two, you were right. You were gonna write a book for years. When you finally leveraged AI, it took 2 weeks to get to publishing. Okay, all
It
right.
took
That's
2 weeks for me because I did it in my spare time, but if you sat down and powered through it, I think you could get it done in a weekend. So that's what I thought
that's
was
that. All right,
amazing.
that's incredible. And the reason I say it's incredible is because you married this highly competitive guy. And so I was showing you stuff in Chat GPT, and you know me, I always am able to just show stuff, watch them run off with it, and then I'll be like, "Dang, man, I'm gonna need to score myself one of these times." But I'm super competitive. So when you publish, and what is the name of your book?
It's called, the name of the book is Why Do We Even Say That? And it's
Why do
just
we even
basically a,
say
yeah, it's just basically a book that I wrote because I'm the type of person that's interested in why we say certain things and what the origins of them. And practically all my life, I would get on my family's nerves about
like, are you
why
pulling
they
my
would say
leg?
things.
Like, are
Yeah,
you
things
pulling my
like that.
leg? Like those
Yeah.
sayings. And okay, all right, I got
And
you. I'm
from
gonna
different
quit cold
cultures and
turkey.
stuff.
I'm gonna quit cold turkey. Yeah, okay. Um, so the reason I think it's incredible is because I'm just competitive, and so when I remember just kind of sitting down, kind of showing her a couple things about Chat GPT, and then one day I was sitting looking at her book on the mantelpiece, and I was like, "Oh, this is crazy," and so I said, "All right, well, listen, if she go do it, I will do it too," and it took me exactly 2 weeks. From the time I said that to the time I actually published Nine Suns Rising. It just shortens the pace. It's incredibly crazy. Anyone else that want to just if you hear what we're talking about is we're talking about how that aha moment when you realize, and anybody can go here, when you realize AI was something that you had to use, or it was something that was amazing, or what was your aha moment if you've had it, and if not your aha moment, tell me how are you using it? How are you using it? Anyone? Miss Crutchfield, how are you using AI? What was your aha moment?
Well, first of all, to me, my experience with AI has been limited to pretty much typing in or tapping the microphone on Google and asking for something.
Okay, using the Google Assistant. Got you.
Until yesterday, when I was on my consultation with you
Okay,
and just
that was your
sitting
aha
and
moment
watching,
yesterday
that
with
was,
me.
yes, it was. That was my aha moment on how my life is going to change with the blocks that I've had with trying to get things done, including things related to my business, like my business plan, the
Okay,
wording for my website, the book that I've been trying to write for almost several years. And I'm sitting here like, oh my goodness, your wife has been working on this book for years and years, and she used this information to finish this book in a couple of weeks in her part time. Now I'm like, wow, all of the things that I've been struggling to get finished because I'm competing with myself because there are so many things that run through my head that God is telling me that I need to do. And it's like,
got
how
you,
am I going to do this without any help? But
got you,
after
got you. So
watching you
got you.
show me how you put the information in and assign an agent and put the information and upload documents and how it just bam, just generates this template for you to just start doing stuff. It's like, oh my God, there is no limit to what I can do now.
All right, so listen, I'm such a visual person, and so I heard what you said, but I want to kind of break down. I want to understand a little bit about your aha moment. So I heard a couple of things. I know that Crutchfield is the founder of RTAM, the RTAM Foundation. So the RTAM Foundation, and Tammy, you keep me honest here. The RTAM Foundation is basically a holistic healthcare services consulting firm. They link people that are interested in holistic healing and holistic healthcare services with those actual providers. What she has been struggling with is trying to get the business. There's been some reorganization and really just trying to get out and get her branding. And she had a couple of different things, and she knew what she wanted to do. But it just that in the midst of life and health issues, how to deal with the reconstruction of a nonprofit organization and get everything, and because part of it was in due to some tragedy, um where I believe one of the founders was no longer with us, and so she had to deal with all of that kind of stuff, and so it's just overwhelming. And what I was able to do is, because I've been a serial entrepreneur for 30 years, because I am leveraging AI, I was able to listen to her and able to get a few of her documents. And by grabbing a few of her documents, we were able to feed them in Chat GPT. I quickly created her an agent, because what she needed was somebody she could go to on a consistent basis. Like if it was somebody that she could go to free, or if it was somebody that she could go to for a low financial investment, but go to frequently, she would go to them more often. And that would help propel her down the road, gathering her ideas, brainstorming. And so I think once we kind of got on the same page about what we needed, she was able to get over to me some of her documents. I was able to show her how we were creating the agent, create that agent, and build it out so that now when she sits down to Chat GPT, she can click the button, go to the agent, and it knows everything about her business. It already knows that she's working on a business plan. It already knows that she's in phase one of of building out that business plan. It understands that her LLC is already done. It understands that she needs to begin working in phase two of that business plan. So that is just another way that um, uh, AI can increase your productivity, or like I say, learn AI and increase your ROI, or your return on investment. But I say that to say, and we've got 4 minutes. Listen, if you're on this call and you have not joined the TechaMinute AI Hub, please go and join now, because you got about 4 minutes before I'm going to put up the paywall. Um, After that, it's going to be $20 a month. Oh, Kev, why are you doing that? Because it costs. I mean, it really costs. Another thing is if you're gonna rock with me, trendsetters, then the first thing I got to teach you is you got to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. If you won't invest in yourself, how are you going to start a business, or how are you going to elevate your business and have other people invest in you? I'm telling you, Tammy and I were just talking about this yesterday. I was just talking to the founder of this incredible nonprofit organization, saying, listen, if you don't invest in yourself, and it has to be shown in your business plan what you're doing, what have you done financially to invest in yourself, then you're not going to get the real funders to invest in you. And so, please, sir, please, ma'am, if you're interested, lock that in now. That way, you don't even have to use it now. I suggest that you use it now. But if you don't use it now, at least you're in, because In 3 minutes, it will be a paid membership. All right, next up, I want to talk. I want to hear from someone else. Thank you so much, Ms. Long. Thank you so much, Ms. Crutchfield. Next up, raise your hand. I want to know, and I see we got a couple more visitors. I want to know, how are you using AI? What was your aha moment? Help us to understand. Help us to kind of visualize. What was your aha moment with using AI? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Anybody else? Coach Agnes.
Hey, Kevin, I'm so sorry.
No, no, no. You're good. What was your aha moment?
That is a great question. My aha moment basically came because my background is in content, technical content, and I've worked in technology for over 25 years. I was manager of people for 11 years and
Okay.
an individual contributor for 9 years. And it was just like all of a sudden, all of the things that, you know, we actually study to do and we work to do to create these workflows and different things, AI was just like throwing all this stuff up. And I was like, oh my God, I need to get into this and just understand what this technology is and how best I can use it to incorporate it in what I do. And that's when I reached out to you because you're the AI expert and just talking through different things. And also as a career coach, um, talking to individuals to help them assess where they are in their careers and what they want to do. It,
Yes.
it, it can oftentimes be a manual process.
Okay, I
And
got you.
just talking to you, I realized that AI could help me to advance that process quickly and just kind of focus on the uniqueness of my clients. And so
Outstanding.
that's kind of how that was my aha. It just woke me up. Like
Okay.
get off the bench, get in the arena, and try to do stuff and to learn AI. And so that's how I came into
Awesome.
this.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. I see that there. Thank you so much. It's interesting. All of us have different aha moments. All of us have different points and periods where we realized that AI was going to be able to do some things. Now, I'm going to put up the paywall now. Those that Mr. Lance, how are you, sir? Hey, Mr.
Um,
Lance, my friend, sir, would you tell me, Wham, how are you using AI? What is going on? How are you leveraging it? What was your aha moment?
so, so my aha moment with AI, I just started my own YouTube channel and
Ooh,
just
what's the
finding out
YouTube
all
channel name?
Rumbling with the Thunder. It's a
Rumbling with the
sport.
Thunder.
Yeah, it's a sports YouTube channel. And my aha moment was really just all the things that you can do with AI and how it really makes things so much simpler. I use thumbnails, I use imaging, I use now to just help me map out my shows and things of that nature. So that was really my aha moment. I'm very upset that I got in here late because I really wanted to get the full gist of this, but hey, better
Yeah,
late than
that's
never.
okay, man. That's okay. Listen, so you're using AI to create your thumbnails, create your breakdown for the shows. And what's your day? What do you do for what what kind of work
I,
you do?
I, I actually work with Southwest Airlines and I work on the ramp, so I'm a ramp agent.
Okay, okay, all right. So 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 how long you been working with AI? How long you been like?
I'm actually new. That's why I actually got on the call because I want to learn more about it.
Okay,
So if you ask me how long I've been dealing with AI, probably I'll say about 2 months at the max.
so in 2 months, because I know folk that's been starting a YouTube for 2 years. In 2 months, you learned how to leverage AI to set up your shows, to create thumbnails, I mean, with sports, you got to have stats. You got to have like that's a lot of info. Like I'm a sports guy, but I know a lot about boxing,
Yeah.
but I don't know a lot about cricket. or even I know some about that. I know about the sport basketball, but not the the competition leagues and divisions and all of this, like the slots and the slates
Yeah.
and I
Yes.
thought the draft was like a day and it's half of the season. How you so you use AI to like bring all of that. How often do you do a show? So you recap the shows,
I
the
do a
shows. You
show. I'm doing shows right now. I'm watching. I'm a Thunder fan, so I'm watching the Thunder in the playoffs. So we play every other night. So I've been doing a show like every other day. So I've been on it. It's been hectic, but that's the thing that makes AI so amazing. It really cuts down on a lot of time that I could be wasting doing research in X, Y, and Z. I can just get the what I really need and then just put it into a show.
so I just let me just for my benefit, man. So like your workflow for your show, like like how long does it take you to prepare for a show? Like using, maybe your whatever workflows that you have developed, how long does it take you to get ready for a show?
So Kev, to be honest, like when I first started, it may have took me like 2 to 3 hours, like honestly. But now I can get up and do a show, and it takes me about with my notes and everything. I knock it out in about an hour to 45 minutes.
So I'm sharing your YouTube channel. So you
Yep,
started
that's it.
how long ago did you start your YouTube channel?
I think I'm at 2 months now, maybe.
2 months, you got 63 subscribers.
I've been grinding. I've been pushing.
So all of this that I'm looking at is you done this with AI?
Yes, sir.
Man, that's incredibly crazy. That's incredibly crazy. Um, is it a game changer?
It definitely is. You know what I really enjoy? I really enjoy just seeing things come together. Like after you
Okay.
put prompts in and all that, I like seeing the finishing product. Like, wow, I created that with my fingers and I didn't paint anything. I
Absolutely.
just typed in a few words, few things in the quotes and it bam, there it is.
1000%. 1000%. Well, listen, thanks, Mr. Jackson. I appreciate that. All right. So now I'm gonna give you a couple of things. I'm gonna give you all a couple of before we go, I'm gonna give you a couple of AI tools that are hot right now. I'm gonna show you a couple of different workflows real quick. But um I'm interested. This is office hours, so I want to explain how office hours works. If you're in the community, this is the one and done, at least for now, as far as public office hours. All of the rest, the remaining office hours, every Saturday, if you're in the AI community, the TechaMinute AI Hub, if you're a part of that community, whether you're a free member because you got in early, or you're a paid member, you will have that link. So the link won't be publicized. That is a benefit of being a part of the TechaMinute AI Hub. Another benefit of that is the incredible amount of curated information by myself, Coach Agnes, Coach Joseph, all of these team members that we have put together. They specialize in different areas. Coach Joseph, he is and handles beginner level AI. So Coach will get you in the game. He is the guy, the first coach you're gonna go to when you start practicing. I'll be there. It's just like usually you will interact with one or all of us in the office hours. Um, but it's basically for you. This is your opportunity to say, hey, raise your hand. Kevin, hey, I'm trying to do this. How can you help me? Give me a workflow. Hey, I'm trying to solve this problem. Hey, man, I'm trying to start a book, man. I don't know how to, whatever it is that you want. If you're a member, come to office hours and I will help you. If you have a business and you've got a couple of processes that you are trying to streamline, all you got to do is come to office hours. Now, You also will have access to our team for paid consultation, meaning if you want to know how to integrate AI into your business, rather than going out and paying $5, $7, $10, $15,000, you can get with us and we will give you a very, very discounted membership rate. We can get in there, get the consultation. If we can't get your business integrated, I work with a wealth of colleagues at varying levels that can get you off to a running start. If you're trying to write your book and you need some tips or you need to get started leveraging AI, all of these are benefits because outside of the group, if you want to consult with me, it's $250 an hour. I started this community because I want to make it affordable. Some people can't even make sense out of look how long you think it's going to take. This is probably about a 6-hour gig, 250. I'm not trying to pay that. Okay, that's fine. Join the group, get in, invest in yourself for a small amount a month, and do it yourself. There's an old Chinese proverb. I hope it's a Chinese proverb. Let me say it's a proverb. There's a whole proverb, an old proverb that says, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. That's all this is in a nutshell, is we want to feed you for a lifetime. I can give you some fish, but I'd rather teach you how to fish. All right, let's jump in. I'm going to give anybody any opportunity. What are you struggling with? What do you wish AI could do for you? Let's work it out. I'll figure out what tool it is. Boom, we'll go and see if we can figure out at least something. If not, I've got some other things to show you all, but I'm going to give you that opportunity because I wanted you to get a taste of office hours. Here it is, your open consultation right now. What do you need? What are you struggling with? What is it? Do you need your resume redone? You need your LinkedIn profile? How do I go about doing? What is it? And guess what? If you volunteer, we might even get yours done on today. I thought that was gonna get some hands. Y'all, wow.
Uh,
Whatever I needed
I'll
done,
say
I had my
something,
hand.
Kev.
Yes. Jump right
So
in, Lance.
I'm super curious on like just how to use the prompts, like when you are having AI create imaging and things of that nature.
Yep.
Like what are the words that you highlight? Like what are key words or key phrases that you can use to get the most out of imaging, AI imaging?
Man. So one, that's an excellent question. And the reason that's an excellent question is because in the AI hub, in the classroom, we've got those things. Let's do use case. So how do I go about the word? So Lance, you saw my 5-point prompt formula, right? So I generally follow that prompt. It's kind of like when you learn how to play basketball, you learn the basics, right? You learn how to dribble, you learn how to shoot, you learn where to, but after a while, you're not really doing all of those. You once you learn how to do it, it's just it starts to become natural. But I just try to talk to it. Somebody give me some kind of use case, something that you want to know, something that we can figure out. That way, if you figure it out, it doesn't seem like I picked something I already had a prompt for. So
Mm.
somebody, yeah, Lance, anybody, give us a prompt. What are we gonna create today? Give
Uh,
me a use case. Give me a thumbnail to create. Give me a
make create
don't think of the
a
prompt. Tell me what you want.
I want uh a black a black Donald Trump, like a hip hop Donald Trump.
I'm not gonna do that. You're gonna get me in trouble on the first show. My goodness. Okay, next one. You can get us kicked off of you. No, not mainstream, man. Sports. Go to sport, man. Go to box, go to
Okay.
cricket, something.
Uh
Help him.
so uh SGA from the Oklahoma City Thunder just won MVP. Can you create an image using those two things?
Who did you say? Who?
Shea Alexander
Shea Alexander. All right.
just won the
And
MVP award.
All right, let's create all right, here we go. We're gonna create a thumbnail of a MVP award with
Yeah,
Shay Alexander. All right,
there you go.
and I don't even know how to spell that man's name, so
Just
I'm just gonna.
SGA. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
All right. All right. Here we go. So we want to create a YouTube thumbnail. I first just start out with what I want. Thumbnail.
Okay.
And then you'll see that I'm going to kind of pull it back into my prompt formula. I don't try to go down my formula when I'm doing the prompt. I just kind of start out with what I want. So create a YouTube thumbnail for the oops.
Mhm.
What color we want? What colors we want in the thumbnail?
Blue, orange, and yellow.
What we want the background to look like?
Kind of like the arena, stadium.
All right. I just kind of wrote that out
Hmm.
so that I could kind of see what I want.
Okay.
And now I'm going to go back and kind of just let my mind, now that I kind of visualize what I want this guy, I want to I don't have anything in there. Yeah, let me roll with it. Now I'm gonna just jump back and I'm gonna jump and throw some of my prompt. Did I raise my own hand? That's interesting.
Yes, you did. I was wondering
You,
why.
yeah, can somebody lower my hand for me? Let me see. You now I'm getting ready to do some magic. So you expert. And then I'll go back and tell you why I chose these words.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Okay, I'll wait. Mm.
And so one, I got
Okay.
out what I wanted, right? I looked and realized, okay, bam, this is what I want. These are the elements. Then I went back and I pumped up his head. I wanted to know, I wanted to be in the frame of mind of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to create a really, really, really good thumbnail, right? And I want to
Hmm.
do as little, I don't want to do 12 variations or 12 iterations. So once I got it down on what I want, now I'm going to go back and use K. Lamont's prompt template or formula and I'm going to tell it, hey, you are an expert social media graphics designer with a knack for creating highly engaging, viral. I mean, that is what we want, right? We want to create the thumbnail so that it makes the video or gives it the chance to be viral or go viral. Engaging viral YouTube thumbnails. Boom. I told it who it is. Now I'm giving it its task. Your task is to create an award-winning. Again, I'm pumping it up. I want this to be good. I want it to be come out the gate just slamming. Winning YouTube thumbnail of Shea Alexander of the OKC Thunder receiving a highly detailed. Now I'm going a little bit now into the. I told them who's in there. A highly detailed MVP trophy with the background stadium slightly blurred. Now I'm asking for just a little bit of effects and letting it know that I want that background in there. And boom, I'll just let it go from there. But that's generally what I'll do is I usually is either in my head. Now I'm able to do it in my head, but you started out just, man, all right, what is it I want? What is the end result? I don't want to really tell it how to get there. I don't want to. I just want to understand what my end result is. Now, once I understand what my end result is, now let me pump that through the formula and try to see if I can get some results. So we'll take a little. It's Saturday, so I'm sure half the world
It's
is
probably
banging
correct.
away. That's why
Uh,
it's good to have other tools. Go ahead.
Mr. Kevin, I was just going to ask, does it help if you have your own imaging? Because a lot of times when I use chat, I'll have an image of the picture that I want.
Absolutely, 1000%. If you are giving it, uh, oh, guess what, y'all? I made a fatal flaw
Why?
because it is. Well, actually, I am going to let you all. This is good. This is good. Yeah, yeah. I made a mistake. I'm gonna see if y'all catch it, and we're gonna see. It's garbage in, garbage out. Lord have mercy. I got a Love's. Why in the world did they put a Love's truck stop? That's pretty
That
interesting.
that's how our jerseys look. That actually
Oh,
is a good that's actually a good picture. The only thing that I say is not accurate, Mr. Kevin, is the MVP trophy, but everything else
Yeah,
looks
did you
really
get the
well.
Turkish coffee? I, yeah, I ordered that. I want to start with that before this.
hey, order me
Yeah,
one
did you
too.
guys made it already?
Make that two of them, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm your mute. Yeah,
Y'all
I'll
know
make
I ain't
one for
got no.
you though.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
another thing. When you join the TechaMinute AI Hub, I'm telling you, you gonna have some fun because I ain't got no sense. No, hey, but wait a minute. What's wrong? Okay, I need to understand. Somebody tell me what's wrong with this.
I don't think anything's wrong other than the other
Grasshopper, I
than
taught you better.
no, I'm not grasshopper.
Hey, man, I taught you better. Remember
I
we was
mean,
talking about something. Hey, remember we saw something, a gadget, and it was cool. And I said, yeah, man. But when after the coolness, what you gonna do with it? Look, bro, this is we can't use this. It's cool. Like you said, it's a pretty good. It is a pretty, but we can't use this. This is not the thumb. What happened? Why didn't we get a thumb? Why didn't we get what we wanted?
you didn't give everything that you normally would put. You didn't put the 16.9 thumbnail. Uh,
Okay, that's pretty good. Is I didn't give it the dimensions.
yeah,
But what
you
else?
didn't go. I don't think you went in detail as much as you normally would. But
I'm gonna
I
add
don't
two
know what you.
things. I'm gonna add two things.
Yeah, let's
Listen,
see what you're gonna
this is
add.
it. I'm gonna add two things. I'm gonna add one, a tagline. What the heck is the video about? That's why I didn't go and create no. Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
put nothing in there. I didn't give it a
Yeah,
tagline. Now
yeah.
with a bold tagline. All right, that's all I could think of. And then finally, 16 by 9. Now let's check. and see if we get anything different. If we get something a whole lot different, then you will see just how just this piece will give you. That's what I mean when I say garbage in, garbage out. If you
Yeah.
don't give it all of the details that it needs to give you your output, you're not going to get it. I got a pretty good idea that we're going to get a little bit closer to what we were trying to get in the beginning. But yes, you have to be specific. You have to think of, that's why you got to think about what you want. And then a lot of times, and that's how it was when I first started out, I can already tell, look, you see the race, you see the image
Yeah.
ratio, the scale
Uh-huh.
has changed. Not the scale, what is that called? The gosh,
You
100,
got it.
16. Yeah, whatever. Y'all see the shape,
The dimensions, yeah.
the
There you
shape.
go, Agnes.
That's it. Thank you. That's Coach Agnes, boy. She be saying. So yeah, you have to really think about what you are doing. Because look, this is a lot of prompt up until the part that we left out, right? That's pretty much that's a lot of prompt. All of that
Uh,
prompt, but now we should be getting a little bit closer. Maybe not perfect, but a heck of a lot closer, right? And then we didn't give it any type of image style. So I didn't put
yeah.
in the style, right? Didn't put I just basically gave it a few of those things. So now we added a few things. We added the dimension and we added hey, you know what? Agnes, will you go and do you know how to put the paywall up? Because I lied. Um I thought I was gonna be okay. Shay wins
Um,
like a boss. All right, we're a
yeah.
little bit closer, right?
Yeah.
Let me jump back. So when you say how do I get the things that I say, it's the iterations. I'll go back, and a lot of times I'll go back and the reason instead of taking this and just keep continuing down here is is a lot of times I wanted to start over fresh and not be in the same chat, so I have a much better chance of getting what I want. Now I'm going to add a couple more things here and like some style, and that will help us. Now let's see. Let me see. Your task
Mr.
is
Kevin, does it
yes.
matter? Does it matter where you put the style or where you put certain things as long as it's in the prompt?
So, hey, that is an excellent question, right? So your prompt has strong areas, right? The beginning of your prompt and the end of your prompt.
Okay.
For some reason, those are the strongest pieces. Generally, some things around the middle may not get as much, and it depends on the prompt length, and it depends on the actual tool. ChatGPT is a little bit better now, especially with 4.0, looking at the entire prompt. Let's give it some style. Um, yeah, award women of Shay Alexander. Well, let's create an award winning. I'm going to take this out because we've already. Another thing is sometimes we can get repetitive with the information that we give it, and that information or that spot would be better suited for more details in another area. So let's give it some style here. I want it to be a posterized 3D um animated thumbnail. So I'll just posterize 3D animated. Let's see if it how it changes it up in a new prompt. So just small tweaks in the AI hub. I have and we've got templates with small words like you saw I used posterize. You saw I use blurred, slightly blurred. Words like tagline, like keywords that you can use when and how. We've got some cheat sheets that we're going to be uploading this week that have to do specifically with this question of, all right, I got the formula. Now help me understand how to better tweak my images. Now let's take a look and see what we get on this one. I think we're going, because we've given it style, I think now it's going to take us into a little like the next level and getting us a whole lot closer to what we are wanting. So y'all
You
remember the image, and I should have kept them up and run them so we could go back and look at them. But you all remember where we started, right? We started a ways away from where we are right now. Check this out. We almost, this is almost publishing material now. We almost ready to go live.
I like how you put in your prompt. Can you move your prompt up a little bit? I want to see what it says. It says designer with a knack for creating. Like, I look at those words and those words catch me. Like, why did he use that word?
Yeah, just so I'm an avid reader
Mm-hmm.
and a lover of words. So that's just a talent of mine. Just, and because I speak a lot, I just use a lot of these different words that just I have used over the years. But look, check
Look
this
at
out,
that.
yo. I mean, like we
That's
close.
dope.
Like I don't really like the OKC. I see we got MVP up there by the Loves, but yo, we could tweak all of that. Like we're
Yeah,
close. We're very
that's
close.
well. I appreciate that, Kevin. I don't want to take in the whole show.
No, no, that's good. I mean, I think this is the real reason that people have joined. Listen, it's 11 o'clock. Anybody that wants to join the official show is about to conclude. I want to tell you all, I will still be on just because probably for about 30 minutes. I just want to talk to anybody that wants some help. That wants to work through some type of use case like this. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes because if nobody has any.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Jossie,
This is Josephine. From
Josephine.
from Emeka's group.
Yes. How are
Yeah,
you, Josephine?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I saw an alert, right? Requesting that we join a group. So I just recently joined your group. That was like 2 days ago, and I noticed,
Awesome.
yeah, you're doing a fantastic job. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that, for accepting me. Um, so I'm really ready to learn, right? I'm
Okay.
ready, ever ready to learn. So the challenge I have right now
Okay.
is I am looking for a way to design a kind of roadmap,
Okay.
right? A roadmap timeline, like where you have a project, I want to design a roadmap that that will outline what you need to do from January to December. So I really need your help. Is this something that I can use AI to design? And
So
what AI tool can I use?
so help me to better understand. I need to better understand what it is. I heard roadmap, I heard timeline. I'm still struggling with the subject. What is it that you are trying to do and or
Okay.
accomplish?
So I'm trying to come up with a roadmap for my project in the office, right? So I have a project that
Is
I'm
this a
working on.
work project?
Yes, it's a work project, but I need a
Okay.
kind of AI tool that I can use that will help me design a roadmap.
So let me and I'm so very glad that you asked. Let me talk to the audience and talk to you all just a little bit about when it comes to using AI to help you with work. So one, you have to know and understand that you have to be, depending on what the work is, who you work for, you have to be very careful, because if you go and start feeding proprietary information into Chat GPT, you could probably you might find yourself violating some ethical trust in the company. So you got to make sure that you have the liberty to use that. Now, the workaround on that is if you're able to create a workflow without the data. What do you mean? Meaning, okay, I got a project and I need to accomplish. If you're able to break it down into generic steps without using the company data, then that can help you get the guideline map or the roadmap. And a lot of times, I heard you say a roadmap. It sounds like it sounds like a mind map. A timelined mind map would be something that you would need, or I'm sorry, something that you could use. Can you tell me a little bit about the project without disclosing that? Or can you use another use case that is similar, that is not work, and then we can kind of dig into it?
So the project is all about audit, right? And in audit, the first step we do is a kind of communication, right? Communicating to the audience, and we have a timeline
You
for
have a
that
complex.
communication.
You have. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. This is you have. So you. That's another thing. Is this is a complex. That would be something that we'd need to sit down and work through and break it down into sizable chunks, because it sounds like a broad project. If you are not and that's the thing, is if you are not adept at using and leveraging AI, it is very, very difficult to jump into calculus, right, without running through some of the other lower levels of arithmetic. This is maybe not a calculus project, but it definitely sounds like an algebra or algebraic problem, as an analogy. So I suggest that we start, in order to get to those levels, you got to start at the beginning. Meaning you got to be able to work with AI and get AI to do simple things before you can get it to accomplish major things, like using AI like I did yesterday to grab a few documents from Miss Crutchfield's foundation and actually giving her a template for her business plan in 10 minutes. I couldn't have done that, a year ago. It is because I've learned how to do and phrase things to get what I want out of, just like that last step. So one, I'd say, if you want to, let's spend some time or shoot me a message in the group, break it down or give me more information about it, because that type is one that I can't do in a few minutes. That's something I have to look at and think about. Now, if you've got a step or a process, then we can tackle that. I know I just said a lot to say. Send me a message, but
Yeah,
trust
but
me.
Kevin,
Yes, sir. Mr. Biram, am I
yeah,
saying that right, Biram?
yeah, yes, BM. Yeah, I think that's an important point. I don't know who was the speaker over there, but I think one of the reasons why I like one of your comments that says, it depends on the company use policy of AI too, because
Absolutely.
coming,
Yes. Be very
yeah,
careful with that.
coming from a I for infosec background,
Yes.
so that's very important. It all depends. Every company is different how they use
It's,
AI,
yeah,
you
that's
know.
right. That's right.
So I
Some of
think
them have fully adopted.
yeah, some of them are fully adopted, some of them are not. Some of them, they're in the middle. So I think it's very important to know, to
Absolutely.
that question, to know either your company, how they are, where they are in the AI world right now, and what
Absolutely.
they, that's very important. But yeah, it's a good conversation. I've been listening to it.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you so much. All right. Anybody got any other ones? I'm gonna run you past some incredible tools, and then we're gonna get out of here. Last chance. Any hands up? Boom. Let me run you through some tools. I want to run you through a couple of tools that I use. These are my go-tos when it comes to AI. So one of my go-tos, everybody knows ChatGPT. That's one of my tools. I won't list that one, but I do want to talk about Perplexity. Perplexity is probably my third go-to tool. I'm going to skip from number 2 for a second, and I'm going to Perplexity. I use Perplexity to get either real-time results, quick-time results, like this. Let me see if I can use their new voice feature. You may not be able to hear the response. Can you all hear that?
No, we can't.
You can't. Let me see if I can share the audio. All right. So instead of doing the voice, let me come out of that and I will go back to the text. All right. The reason I use this is I use this for a lot of market research. So you are an expert market research provider in North. Hey, let's help out some real estate people, right? In North Texas. Please prepare a comprehensive analysis of the business impact of the new. I'm sorry, I am starting to sound like Sesame Street or Electric Company. Give me a second. I'm dating myself too. All right, you're an expert marketing research provider in North Texas. Please prepare a comprehensive analysis of the business impact of the new 22,000 seat amphitheater on surrounding service-based businesses in Collin County. Prepare the report in tabular format, right? A little bit of my prompting formula, not a whole lot of style, but I use this for a couple of reasons. One is because Perplexity is going to give you its sources. That's real important in market research. I need to be able to understand where my sources are coming from. It also kind of breaks down. So if you look up here, it says it's pulling this information from 27 sources, right? Which some of the other ones, I just gotta kind of go with what they say. I don't really get this actual source, so I can go and I have a way to go back and validate some of the information that I want to receive. I also in my prompt told it that I wanted it in tabular format. I'm a visual person, so a lot of times when I get data, particularly around market research, I want to see it in a visual style so that I can go really quickly and take a look at. I could go back and refine my prompt if I want to break out now in the way that the information of the data is shown to me. I could add certain elements that will give me additional columns. But here, let's just take a look. You're an expert market research provider in North Texas. Please prepare a comprehensive analysis of the business impact of the new 22,000 seat amphitheater on surrounding service-based businesses in Collin County. Prepared in tabular format. Returns, sources 27, and you can go and look at the source list. You can go and look at the tasks that it took to get you to your answer. You can go back and you can look at your answer. This is incredible for market, again, research. Impact category, economic output. 3 billion economic impact over the first 10 years. If I am a business owner, I'm doing market research and I'm thinking about opening a business in Collin County or anywhere near where this is built, this is good information. Visitor volume, up to 700,000 annual visitors. Depending on where I'm at, this may increase my foot traffic. Job creation, depending on what field I'm in, this may be very good information because I now understand that this is going to bring 1,300 direct and indirect jobs in and around this. Business growth. This is why I use Perplexity. Do you realize that I could charge, I could grab this and really hone this up, really optimize this, put it in a good report, and probably sell this report for $500 market research, or charge someone to return this infrastructure investment, tax revenue. Some people don't even know it's an amphitheater coming to Collin County. So I hope this gives you all just a good idea about the power of Perplexity. Let me move on to my next tool. My next tool is going to be Claude AI. I used Claude to help me write the book that I published 6 weeks ago. I broke. You can use Claude and you can use and break it down into you can break it down into projects. And so in each project, you start with the project and you start with a project description. And in this project, you're going to do something similar. You're going to give it a um, persona. You're an expert and award-winning author. You excel at creative edits in Southern style historical fiction. I had a full idea of what I wanted, and I in my mind I created a author and that would accomplish the things that I wanted. But now by this time I had, started organizing the book, and I needed some specific um, assistance with the epilogue and some of the chapter documents. I went over here, and in the project, now I was able to get a little bit more specific. I was able to give it um, really explicit and detailed instructions. So I told it to improve the core narrative arc. One of the tasks was to create narrative consistency. I wanted to make sure that in my book, it went all the way through and I didn't have any inconsistencies in there. Deepen Will Tyree, which is my great grandfather, deepen his character. Again, this is historical fiction, so I wanted to add a little bit more depth to my great grandfather because he passed and I never met him. I told it to clarify some of the symbolism because I used quite a bit of symbolism in my book. And I used ChatGPT ChatGPT. I used Claude to really hone in. As I created a chapter, I would upload it because all of this is project knowledge and source documents. If you don't know what those are, join the community. We will be having classes on that so you understand how these tools work. The more you play with them, the more you experience them. It's like, there's a certain number of hours that it takes for you to become an expert. Well, you got to put in that time. And I suggest you get one or two of these tools. And I always suggest annual subscriptions if you can afford them. But get those tools and take a look. Last one. This is one that everybody uses, but not everybody knows that they've just done some serious updating, and you can create some incredible things. And that is this tool called Canva. Most people are familiar with Canva, but Canva now has a AI. Canva AI can go and it will create. If you go in and you click right here, if you have the paid version, and then come down here and click code for me, this thing will literally code and create whatever it is you want. So let's do something really simple. I want to create a prompt generator Hey, give me my prompt. What's my 5 point prompt formula? Role, task, style. What else? Y'all help me out. I'm having a moment. It's all right. We're gonna just truly rely on the power of AI. The tool should have a light, dark mode toggle. Right? All right. I just threw this prompt in here. This is gonna create a tool that you can use. I want to create a prompt generator that clients can use to improve their prompts. Their prompts. The software. One place I called it software, another place I called it tool. We're going to stick with tool. The tool will utilize the best practice formula for prompting and will lead users through a 5-step process to create and improve their prompts for ChatGPT. The 5 steps should be along the lines of role, task, style, format, etc. The tool should have a light dark mode toggle. By show of hands, well, ain't nobody got the camera on. How many of you? Is there anyone? Never mind.
Yeah, Kev.
Yeah, all that part. Uh, so listen, hey, check this out. This thing is code. This thing is literally coding based off of what I just asked it. Now, what would be incredible is if we end up with anything that's useful. I showed a version of this when I was on the African Expats YouTube channel show a few months ago, and it was a different tool, and it was in the beginning stages. It really did good, but I doubt that it will do. I don't know. I haven't been to it in a while. I was very impressed with Canva because everybody uses Canva to make different things. Um, the very fact that it's a tool that people are already paying for, and now you've integrated AI into it to where you can have it spit out. We are almost at 200 lines of code. Those of you that are not coders, that's not a super lot of code, but it's an incredible amount of code from a prompt from somebody that doesn't code. I don't code. Yeah, I've been certified in it. I learned enough to pass the certification and have those conversations in my vocation. But not only do I not know how to code, but I don't ever want to know how to code. That's just too, that is not my forte. We're almost at what 275 lines of code, so we should get something. Hole in my lip. I can almost tell just kind of looking at the code that it is almost finished. It's finishing up the toggle button right now. I know enough to look at it and at least know what it's saying. Most people, it's kind of like the Matrix, looking at the Matrix code. I actually can just look. I told you we were almost. Would you like to add me? All right. And here we go. Create the perfect prompt. It's got a progress bar. Follow the 5 steps to create a clear, effective prompt that gets you better results from ChatGPT. Number 1, define the role. It actually created this. And you can, when you click use in the design, you can take this and actually put it on the website. Here's the toggle. Remember, I told it should have a toggle, light, dark. Let's see if that works. It doesn't. So I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to say over here, the light, dark, toggle does not work. Now, let's define the role. Marketing expert. Define the task. Create a 7-day meal plan for a blog post. I'm gonna add a little bit to it. All right. How should Chat GPT communicate? in a enthusiastic and engaging, we want the people to engage tone. The format, a expertly designed blog post. Expertly designed blog post. Any additional context, keep it under. So I didn't even put that in the prompt. AI put this in the prompt, gave it all of these suggestions, keep it under 500 words, so it's giving it a 500. All of this is AI based off of just what I've told it to do. Give it some additional, our target audience is beginner to intermediate AI enthusiasts and entrepreneurs, and generate prompt, your optimized prompt. Marketing expert, create 7-day plan. Yeah. So anyway, so that didn't, so quite naturally, if we garbage in, garbage out, right? But you get the idea. This built a tool. So if we go back over here and we tweak it and say the light dark toggle does not work, and the final or oh, truly, it simply states it. Utilize best practices and all. Now, now remember, we didn't pump this up, garbage in, garbage. I just told it what I wanted to do. All now, utilize best practices and all your skills as a prompt engineering guru, right? Now, the light toggle doesn't work and the optimized prompt does not truly optimize the prompt. It simply states it. Utilize best practices and all your skills as a world class prompt engineering guru. And then we pop that back in. And what's going to happen is it's going to throw that back in. And it says, hey, I'll fix that for you. Hold up. Let me go back. And it will run back through it. So this is a tool that you can play with if you are developing websites, if you're designing websites, if you have a website and you want to try to figure out a tool that you could use, and then you could take it to somebody like Fiverr or maybe even one of our coaches and see if they can give you a fee or reduced fee for creating that product. Canva AI. So I've shown you Perplexity, I've shown you Claude AI, and I've shown you Canva AI. There are about 500 other tools that we have in our repertoire that we use and that we will be teaching people the benefits of in the program. As this code runs and finishes out, I'm going to open up one last time before we close for anyone that has any questions. And that puts us right at the hour and a half time. Yes, Ms. Crutchfield, how can I help you today?
I don't really have a question, but I just want to say thank you for coming in my life when you did with all of this. I actually have
So
Canva, and you
kind.
know I have Canva, and I didn't even know it could do all of this. So I'm just thinking about I'm just
Yes,
sitting here, my
your
mind is just
website.
racing. I've been writing down stuff like, oh my God, I am literally going to be able to do my grant writing, business
Oh,
plans, website
absolutely.
content, book writing, sponsorship letters, all this by
All
using this
yes. Now you're
technology.
thinking.
So I'm grateful and thank you so much that this is just life changing.
Absolutely. It
Thank
will
you.
save you time. It will save you time. Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it.
You're
Anyone
welcome.
else? Anyone else have a question, comment, concern? Um, good deal.
If
Let's
you're about to
see.
close,
I certainly am. What you got for me, sir?
somebody has a question for you.
Shoot, let's go.
Well, it's less of a, well, the question is around my resume. So I currently have my resume that I need to update. And I've been looking at specific job descriptions, and I want to see how I can incorporate those job descriptions into the resume.
Your problem's already solved. Have you joined the community yet?
I started to join. I don't know if I finished. I need to I need to do
You
it.
should.
It
You
was
That's
supposed to
okay.
send me something through email, and I didn't check it.
No, you are not putting that on me, girl. Some you. No, no, no.
I'm sure I got it. I
Hey,
just
this is
didn't
my.
follow
Hey, this
through.
is my. Hey, this is my sister. I owe a lot of all of this AI to her. Hey, sis, go join the community. I have already created. If Coach Agnes was on here, she would tell you. This is called Career Nav AI. Join the community. And like come across town. I know traffic is bad, but come across town. If that's what you need to do, we can get that done today. It's
Okay.
so simple. It is so simple. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard people like using AI to do their
As a matter,
resumes, and I
mhm.
thought everybody should be updating their resume and keeping it fresh if it's as simple as like
Can you
uploading or,
can you see my screen?
I can, yes.
So I need to make it live. Give me a second. So to answer your question, let me go to edit course. It is right now, it's private. I've just opened it up. So when you go in here now and you go into the classroom, you now have access to what's called Career Nav. Whoa, that link did not take me where I thought it was going to. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I clicked it right. So in there is Career Nav AI. When you click into there, it takes you to the Career Nav AI GPT agent that I created. I'm gonna give you a very quick demonstration. I'm gonna pull up LinkedIn,
Okay.
right? So that when you go in there, it will take you here, all right? And you're going to put in a simple prompt. Take the attached resume and the job description below and prepare the following. I will send you this prompt. Right. I'll send you this. I'll put it in the chat. Let me put this in the chat, and then also put it in. I'll send that over to you. That's just it's doesn't have to be just like this, but this will at least get you started. And I can't find the chat. Let me see. Here it is. Let me pop that in the chat. Boom, that's in the chat there. And now, so what you can do is you can grab a resume. I'll just grab one and use my own as an example.
And while
So
you're doing that, Kev, I'm curious in the chat if anybody else has used AI for their job searches or resume, or if this is helpful to them. I'm very curious if y'all can add it in the chat.
yep, we actually went around a little bit earlier and did a round robin on that and talked about how people were using that. So when you go into Career Nav AI, boom, boom, take the rest. You'll use this prompt. You'll attach your resume. We'll go over to LinkedIn and we'll just pull a let's see, commercial. Trying to think of something I'm not aligned with. Real
Mhm.
estate. Real estate project manager. Something that I kind of align with, but with all right, project, corporate real estate. Okay, boom. We'll take this job description. Let me close some of this. All right. Let me look at this. Yeah. It's a good job description. So you can go and you can take the job description and I would probably start right about here where it says about the job, pull all of the information that's important, copy that, go back to Chat GPT,
Okay.
copy and paste, right? And what was that job title? I want to grab the job title. Job title right there. And I also want to add create a downloadable. Come on. All right. So in this career nav tool, we've taken the resume. We went on there. We went and we put in this prompt right here, and then we copy and pasted the job description and hit the magic go button. It is running code so that it can analyze the resume. Man, if I had this tool back in the day when I used to um, update resumes, and anytime you see a red in here, that means that the code has errored out. I'm sorry, has come across an error, and it's going in and dealing with that error and continuing on with the instructions. So your optimized resume it's crazy. Your optimized resume tailored for the project manager position at Associate Corporate Real Estate is ready for download. And you can click here and download the file. Boom. That's step number one. Step number two was to prepare me for that interview. Now, interview preparation 10 role specific mock interview questions, behavioral, technical, leadership, strategic question to ask the interviewers, company specific talking points, interview success strategies, next steps. For additional IT aligned roles you should consider. Sis, what you just asked for is really easy with AI. Let's take a look. I want to see if it did anything actually with my resume. Let me take a look because I know what my resume looks like. Let's see if it really optimized it. I don't think it did. That's interesting. Oh, I guess it did add some. Now, quite naturally, when you get it out of Chat GPT, it's not going to format it. I would take this and I would
Mhm.
probably throw it into Claude. I would just copy and paste this. As a matter of fact, let me show you why I use Chat GPT and Claude. I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy all of this, right? So a person that did this and took this might say, oh man, that's cool. I mean, yeah, it did have some information in there. I mean, like it did. Come on, man, give me all of the data. Control Alt, Control C. So now what I would do is I go over in the Claude, I open up a new chat, and I would say, take the following and optimize the data into a well laid out and professional resume. Boop, boop, copy and paste. All of that I just had it, I'm just pulled in there and I use a simple prompt. Now, if you optimize this prompt, it's going to optimize what you get. I'm doing this for the sake of time. I clicked it in. This is why I like Claude, because now I know what tools to use to get what I want. Claude will make what that data look a lot better. Boop. Cha-ching.
That's wild. Okay.
And that's off a simple prompt. If I really went in there and structured it and added some things to it, but look what we got. I'm telling you,
That is
there is no tomorrow. Stop putting off till tomorrow what you can accomplish today. You need to leverage AI. I invite you to help us take our friends, community, and colleagues to the next level. Hey, I'm Kay Lamont. I appreciate everybody for joining. That's the Black Coffee, No Sugar, No Cream. And I'm out. See you
Thank
next
you.
week
Bless you.
on
Bye,
Office
Thank you,
Hours.
Kev.
All
Hey,
right.
I got to talk this coffee next time, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.